I had already filmed this video and I'm already in the process of editing, and then I remember that there's an important fact that I forgot to put in the video, so I decided to record this just to add to it. I watched on TikTok recently about how to really pronounce the name of God, the name Yahweh, the name that he gave Moses when Moses asked him that what should he tell people when people ask him that who sent him, and he said it's Yahweh, the way it's spelled. So with the way it's spelled, we are supposed to pronounce in a way that we are breathing in and we are breathing out. So basically, the explanation was that, or is that, God is the air that we breathe, and every time we take a breath, we are speaking the name of God, like we are saying the name of God. And that just made me believe that all of us as human beings created living on earth are actually saying the name of God every single time we take a breath. So how sad is it that you're actually taking a breath, saying somebody's name, and you never really get to know them in real time? Like, you never get to know them in life before you depart. The name that you are constantly saying as long as you take your breath, and you don't know this person, you don't have a relationship with this entity. When I found out about this fact, it broke my heart for people that actually do not really know God like that. Because how are you technically breathing somebody in and out of your lungs to stay alive, and you don't have a relationship with them, you don't know them, you don't know anything about them? So that is that on that. And I just wanted to come and add this, that there's no way for you to actually live life without knowing the one who gives you the life that you're actually living.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Julie and I'm back with another video. I was recently spending some quiet time with God, and I started to wonder why it took me so long to get into the kind of relationship that I have with God right now, because I feel like this is the best time of my life. I'm having so much fun. I'm enjoying knowing God, and God knowing me and directing me and leading me. So I was kind of reminiscing about what I had been doing before, now that I now know God and I now have this relationship that I have with Him. And then I remembered some things that touched me so much so that I cried all through my quiet time with God, like almost all through the quiet time I spent with God, about 45 minutes, 40 minutes to 1 hour. I was crying most of the time. I started to remember from when I was really quite young, that I was in like junior secondary school. I remember that I would go to the backyard of our house that we were staying in that time, because we had an open backyard with a fence and everything. I'll go to the backyard and I'll get a stool and I'll sit down in the open space of the backyard, and I will keep looking to the sky. I will go and sit down at the backyard all by myself if I can help it, and then I will turn my head to the sky, and for a long time I will keep staring into the sky and asking questions that I know that I might never receive answers to, like, God, are you really up there? Like, why is the sky blue? Why is the sky at night dark? Why are the clouds white? Why are there stars that are glowing and shining and burning and sparkling? Like, God, why is the earth the way that it is? Why is Nigeria the way that it is? Why is there so much suffering? I would just ask these questions on and on and on. I never received an answer, but I felt like my soul was searching for something greater than myself. I needed answers. I needed to feel connected to something that was greater than me. I needed that connection so deeply. And because of how much I needed the connection, I didn't feel like I had it. It led me into a whole lot of relationships because of this search that was already in my heart, because of this hole that I had in my heart, and I needed to fill up with answers or with a kind of emotion. Like, I started to get into unhealthy relationships, but there was never a time that I found fulfillment in these relationships. I would meet someone today, and if we talk and we click, I believe that we're already so much in love and we are meant to be together forever, and I will take them so seriously. We will take the whole thing so seriously, and within months everything will come down crashing. And that is because the hole was still there in my heart. There was nothing that could fill it. Nothing was really fulfilling me. I just felt like I needed to find something to fill like a void I had in me. I didn't know how to explain it then, but I'm only able to explain it now and know that this was what happened because now I'm grown and I'm more mature in Christ. God has shown me what was really going on then. Because of the hole that I had in my heart, because of this longing that I had deep down, I would always get into relationships after relationships, very unhealthy relationships where I was being abusive to others, where others were being abusive to me, until the last relationship that I got into, which is a topic entirely for another day, because this is not the video for it. This is a video of how I searched for God with my whole heart and found him, because Jeremiah chapter 29 verses 11 to 13 says that we will find him when we search for him, because we will search for him with all our heart. I've always had this search for God in my heart. I never really searched as much as I did from like 3 years ago, but I know that I always had this hold. I know that I needed somebody to fill, but no human being like myself was able to fill this void until I met God in 2021. The last relationship I was in, because of how abusive and how unhealthy it was, it led me to start thinking, really, normally if I break up with a person, no matter how good or bad the breakup was, I immediately fill it up with somebody else. With like, I immediately get into another relationship and then fill that void with another relationship. Sometimes I'm already in another relationship even before I break up with the person that I'm currently with. So this led to like series and series of unhealthy relationships, and but nothing was really satisfying until the last person I dated. And I wasn't able to fill the void with another relationship because I really loved this person. I believe that I really loved them so much. So I didn't feel like I needed somebody else to fill the void that I felt anymore. I did not feel like I could allow anybody else to come into my life at that point because I was still so hung up on that person. I believe that they were the one for me. I don't want to let them go. I don't want to let another relationship come in and ruin the memories of them that I already have. I did not just feel like I liked any other person enough as much as I have liked this person. So I wasn't willing to open up to another person, and then I just decided not to go into any more relationships. But I still had this void. I still had this hole, gaping hole in my heart that I needed to fill. I needed somebody to fill. And then that night, when I was like fed up and I was tired from everything, I just did not have any other option. I realized that the only person that can help me right now is God. I have always known God. There was never a time that I did not know God, but I just did not have a relationship with him. I did not know him as deeply as I was supposed to. Then I realized and I remember that okay, nothing else is working for me anymore. I don't have anything else anymore, but I know that I have God. So why don't I just call on God, my Father? I sat down like on the floor like this and I wept my eyes out. I remember weeping from my heart and I could not even utter any word from my mouth, but I was saying it in my heart that God, help me. Because if you don't help me, I'm about to die. This breakup is about to make me run mad. I don't know what I'm doing anymore, but I know that I need your help. And if you don't help me, this will cause me to just go crazy. This was in 2021, very early 2021. So altogether, I've been working with God for 3 years now. And 3 years, these 3 years, I can say have been the start of my life. I can say that I am 3 years old now because I've been working with God so seriously for 3 years now. So congratulations to me. And then when I called on God with my whole heart, when I searched for him with my whole heart, he came to me. I realized that God had always been there. God had always been with me. The fact that I would even go to the backyard in my early years to sit and look up to the sky and ask questions meant that there was a higher power in me, there was a higher power around me. Something was always calling to me from the skies, the way that the sea would call to Moana. Something in the sky was always calling to me, and I felt such a strong connection with the skies, with the heavens. And I realized that there's somebody there that I'm somehow supposed to have a knowledge of, but there was no way for me to go about it then because just did not have a way until 2021, very early 2021, I think January, February, March, that I began this serious relationship with God. And immediately I called on Him and I searched for Him and I found Him. Everything about my life changed. Like, my relationship with others changed, my relationship with myself changed, my outlook on life generally changed. And I realized that what I had always been looking for is not another human being to fill a hole that I feel in my heart, because it is not in the place of a human being like myself to fill a hole. We are all walking around with holes that only God can fill. So if I'm expecting that somebody that has a hole will come and fill mine, that is just unrealistic expectation. So I realized that God had always been the connection that I had been hoping to have to fulfill me. There was a point in time that I posted this Mariah Carey song, Mariah Carey, or is it Maria Carey? I used to call her Maria Carey, but I feel like the pronunciation of the name is Mariah Carey. I posted this as song. I think the title is I Give My All. I'll find it somewhere and link it somewhere here so you see. The caption to the post that I made was, I don't know who you are, but I miss you. I felt like something was missing. I felt like there was somebody I was supposed to meet. So I went on my status and I posted this. I don't know who you are, but I miss you. And I posted it with that song. If you listen to that song, you understand why my caption was that. It was after then that I got into this relationship that led me to God finally. So I realized God knew that I needed Him. God saw that I was looking for Him in so many ways. And then He led me to this relationship that He knew was going to lead me back to Him. I don't think anything was out of place. I'm a big believer that everything happens for a reason. And I know that the relationship that I was into was for a reason, because He led me straight to God. He knew that I was going to fall in love enough to not want to go and fall in love with anybody else after that person. And then after falling in love with that person and it doesn't work out, and I was trying to use that person to fulfill my own desires and it doesn't work out, I'm going to come back to the main source. I'm going to realize that He's the only one that can fulfill me in the way that I want to be fulfilled. If nothing is working, know that a relationship with God will work. Know that God will work. Know that God is working and God will work through you. So if you're at the breaking point, if you're at the edge, and if your back is against the wall and you don't know where to go anymore, what to do anymore, just go straight to God the way that I did, and He filled the hole in my heart. Right now I'm so satisfied, I'm so content that I don't feel like I need anything else. When I would pray, I would say that, God, if you do nothing else for me, you have already done enough, because really God has done enough. And this is my encouragement to you, and I hope that you understand that God is what you need, God is who you need, God is all you need, and God is the one that will give you His all, and you should be ready to give your all to God, just like the song says. Is when you watch this video and it touches something in you, please do subscribe to this channel and click the like button. It will really help this channel a lot. And God bless you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.